platforms now. Okay, we are live now. I'm on multiple platforms today. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Rumble. There'll be a stream on Facebook and a stream on X, Odyssey, and on... so yeah, I'm just trying out the multi-streaming if I have enough bandwidth to handle that today. I hope I do. So this is a special bonus Wednesday show. So I actually was going to play a clip leading in because I thought I'd have half an hour before showtime.
Hello, Robbie Strike here. Today we're going to take a look at the Thor H-Spartan 4 IPTV video streamer modulator. And what this device will do is
we're not going to look at that right now. I just wanted to play the intro. Do you want to watch that? I could put that on for later. But I just wanted to, maybe that's for later on, eh? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I talk about modulators and stuff like that on this channel. Yeah, I'm just going to go over to the other computers just to check my sound, make sure my sound is okay. I'll play the intro to my show. You're wondering, why is there such a long intro? I'm just we are live, so I'm just doing multiple checks here on the live. It might have went out that I'm on Rumble. I just said that's just the link. You know, when you post a bunch of links to Facebook, it picks one that it likes and it goes out. Are we able to refresh here? Yeah, we're good. So I'm just doing multiple checks here. Yeah, I hear audio on my end there. You probably heard that loop through. We can talk the Discord, which is the Discord link is in the description of this video. So I should probably pull that up too, just so you can call in. I'm going to focus more on call-ins today on today's stream. How can I do this here? I'll go here, go to YouTube, and I'll grab that link and I'll drop it. Hey, from Iraq. Hey, man, how are things going in Iraq? I hope things are safe. You are safe in a terrible time. I would just pray in the name of Jesus Christ that there be peace on earth and all this awful war stuff will be ended soon. And yeah, so my prayers go out to those innocent bystanders that governments want to do stuff and the innocent people have to suffer, you know? Yeah, so... I'm just going to grab the link there. And do they watch a lot of TV, satellite TV in Iraq? Do you actually watch Press TV in Iraq? Because Iraq, I'm thinking Iran. I'm getting Iran mixed up with Iraq. But it's all is like not the most, not the area I would want to be in right now. I'm glad I keep clicking the wrong click. I got to go into this to get the link. Whoa, it took me in there again. Okay, I don't want that. I want to edit the video. Okay, I'll go to the video and I'll do it that way. I'll do it the long way. Just trying to get the Discord link for you. For those of you who don't know how to find a description, I'll put it in the chat.
Imagine being able to build any...
Yeah, I don't need that. Do we have the Discord link? Yeah. Yeah, I got that. I just want to copy that to text my little notepad here. So I have that saved in there as well as having it in the chat. Someone's going to ask, where's the link to call in, right? Brady, call in, man. This is your chance. You always ask if I'm available. I'm available now, so call in. All right. All right. So we got a few. So anyway, after messing around with the technical issues, here we go with the intro. I'm just going to make sure everything is kind of working up to snuff.
Get to the van! Let's go! All right, let's go! In we go! Woohoo! Adventure time!
Let's dance and connect to the stars! Weights are flying high!
Try without the headphones. Oh, I was not muted. Oh, I wasn't saying anything. All right, on to that. So there's my intro. I think I'm going out on multiple streams. This is the first time I've multi-stream. So today's show is the Satellite Chat Live. We're gonna thank. So we're going to talk about satellite news. Have you guys in the chat discovered anything new and exciting and new in satellite? I had a fun week the last week with the Artemis 2, whatever, the Artemis, the Orion spacecraft. I was following the ship in outer space or soundstage in Hollywood. I don't know, but it was fun to watch. So yeah, I was having a good time watching that, the satellite feed, which was being pulled off YouTube. I mean, it is what it is. Oh boy, I can hear myself talking in the background. We got a chat room here on YouTube, so you might be. Let me just bring up the TV set. All right, you might be on Facebook. You might be on Rumble. You might be on Odyssey, discovering this satellite talk chat live stream. So I do this once a week. Normally I'm on Thursdays, but I'm busy this week. And because I got a super chat donation, which was my goal last week, I don't even know if I set one up. If you want to give me a super chat, you sure will. I'll read it out, and I'll definitely take time and effort. If it's a question, I will take time and effort to try to answer that as best I possibly can within this hour and a half live stream that we're doing today. All right, I didn't bring my tea down. Oh well, we'll just do this. I got my water. We're gonna drink a beverage. We're gonna have coffee. That's what I'd like to do with you guys. Have a coffee in the morning, a late coffee morning, brunch coffee. We'll talk satellite TV. I hear myself in the background. I'll read the chat in just a minute. So there is a Discord link. Did I drop it in here? No. The Discord link is here. I'll just drop it in chat. This is how you can call in live. We're going to focus more on the Discord today because what we've done before in the past is I kind of ramble on for like an hour, and then we do a chat. I'm going to try to answer the questions in the chats. Now there is multiple chats today because we're multi-streaming. Come on over to YouTube. Is the best place to see this live. If you catch this within the next hour, you won't get the ad inserts. So that's one of the keys. You don't like the ads, or if you know how to get around that, cool on you, man. I got Dan Bogino talking back here, I guess because I had Rumble on and it just started doing something. I'm just going to go to X. And I hear myself talking somewhere. I do hear myself in the background. I'm trying to shut up that. I don't know why I'm hearing background noise. Oh yeah. So there's the Facebook. Just gonna turn that off because I was all concerned because Facebook didn't have any audio. Now I got double audio going through on Facebook. I think I've fixed my audio issue. Okay, because I got computers over here. I wish I had an extra computer, but right now it's show and tell with Robbie. Gonna be show and tell with Robbie for just 1 second, and I'll answer the chat. I need some music. I used this last week, but I can't use it because it's the Orion's not. All right, I'm gonna sell this because I'm purging a bunch of tech, but it's just a cool piece of tech I want to talk to you about. This is like, I bought this at a rummage garage sale. It is a Super Pong game. Two dials there, a reset button. This is like 1976 technology. Does have the prominent Atari logo on it, just in a really long cable that would go to the TV. There's the RF channel 3 output. I'm gonna do a quick video on this just to sell it on Facebook Marketplace if someone wants it in the area that's a video game collector. I don't like shipping things because like all the tariff costs and everything crazy with shipping stuff, but this is my Super Pong game. I've had this for years. I don't really play it. It actually has a giant dock here to put C batteries inside it, so like you can just sort of hold it and play the games. The sound, I think I did mention this, but I'll mention it again, comes out of the speaker inside the unit, and it has a select button here for 4 different games. I got ping pong, hockey, and I think there's a one game that allows you just to bat against the wall. You know, like basically like a Pong game. If you look at these things up, you'll see the graphics. They're not super amazing or anything. It's a Pong console from the 70s. Just something neat of tech that I wanted to talk about because I got to get rid of this. I got to get rid of a bunch of my tech stuff. I'm going to be moving at some point in the future, and I want to be ready for that. And got to get rid of a bunch of stuff. All right. So yeah, let's read the chat. All right. Here, we'll go over here. You'll see me kind of gling at the chat here. So we got Carrie Holly, 1316 from Iraq. How's it going? Good to see you, sir. Sat phone mall recommendations. Oh, okay. Here is a good question. I like this. I don't know. I have no idea about sat phones, man. But I can Google it for you. All right, let's do that. Let's grok it for you, man. I like that question. There's a question in the chat. You don't even have to super chat, man. I'm cheap, man. I'll bring it up. I'll ask the grok. Okay. Good morning, grok.
Morning. What's up?
All right, go. I guess you can hear it in the background too. I like having it in the background. You get a little bit of an echo with it. So here's a question here for us, and I'm going to drop it here in the chat, which you can recommend. Sat phone mall recommendations due to the nature of my job. How often?
For remote work with no signal for days, get an Iridium Go 2. It's the most reliable sat phone out there. Full voice, text, and even limited data through their network. Works basically anywhere on Earth, no gaps. If you want something smaller and cheaper for emergencies only, the Garmin InReach Mini 2 is solid. It's more of a tracker and two-way messenger than a full phone, but it'll get you help when you're off-grid. Iridium's pricey or upfront, but worth it for your line of work. You need any specific features, like data for emails or just voice and SOS?
So the first one you mentioned, what kind of data do you get with that?
The Iridium Go 2 gives you about 2 to 3 megabytes per hour at best. It's enough for basic texts and maybe low-res photos, but for get streaming or loading websites. It's really built for voice calls and short messages, not heavy browsing. If you need more data, they also sell bigger terminals like the Iridium Certus that give you real internet speeds.
Is there any potential Starlink cell phones? So basically like a cell phone that will, as long as you're outside, work with the Starlink network, or does it work that way? Something like that.
No, the Iridium Go 2 doesn't connect to Starlink at all. Iridium uses its own satellite constellation, totally separate from Starlink. Starlink needs a dish antenna and clear sky. It's great for fast internet, but it's not a handheld phone like the Go 2. If you want Starlink-style high-speed data in remote spots, you'd need to carry their portable dish, which is a lot bulkier than a sat phone.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard like articles saying that, but there's so much clickbait these days, and like the whole moon landing stuff, which we'll get into the moon landing. How there's all these AI pictures of there's the Apollo 11 site. It's always the Apollo 11 site, and we got a detailed picture of the American flag, which most likely is white now. Could still be standing there, but it would be white bleached from the sun. All the ink would be bleached out from all the heat in the on the moon.
The flag's still there, but yeah, it's probably bleached white. The sun's brutal on the moon. No atmosphere to soften the UV, so all the color faded out of the nylon years ago. It's been up there since '69, so 50 plus years of direct solar radiation. The pole might still be standing, but the fabric's likely just a ragged white ghost now. Same with the footprints and equipment. Those are still exactly where they left them. No wind or rain to disturb anything.
All right, so I kind of gave you a bit of a sat phone idea. Let's see if the Grok can pull up a picture of what it looks like. Could you pull up a picture of what this sat phone would look like? we go.
Here's what the Iridium Gizmo 2 looks like. Kind of a rugged black brick with a flip-up antenna and a small screen. And the Garmin InReach Mini 2 is way smaller, like a chunky little orange and black walkie-talkie that clips on your pack. Which one are you leaning toward?
I have a few questions about the Garmin. So is that working on a satellite network?
Yeah, the Garmin InReach Mini 2 works on the Iridium satellite network too. Same global coverage as the Iridium Go, just no voice calls. It's purely for texting and SOS. Send messages, track your location, get weather updates. Battery lasts weeks on a charge, and it's way smaller and lighter. Perfect if you mainly need to check in or call for rescue without carrying a full phone.
Which is interesting. It lasts for weeks. It's like a Nokia because it's not basically doing all this. It's not doing, let me make it bigger. Myself, like all the power, like my laptop, which is even bigger, lasts less time than my little cell phone. Like, but yeah, it's just the amount of power these things don't use. It's just as like the picture of it. It's a little LED display, so it's not going to like drain a battery. Last week's, that's amazing. And another question I wanted to kind of get off my chest there is, what's the price range for the subscriptions for this? I'll go into that. Oh, I wasn't, sorry, I was showing that picture. I was like, there's the LED display. I was on the wrong scene. So what is the price for a monthly subscription of a satellite phone that will basically give you 2 gigabytes of data and you can be anywhere on the planet to make calls? Or 2 megabytes per hour, whatever it was.
The cheapest unlimited data plan for the Iridium Go 2 runs about $155 a month. That gets you unlimited slow data at roughly 2.4 kilobits per second. Think basic texts, weather reports, or tiny emails, but not web surfing or anything heavy. It also includes up to 150 voice minutes. Plans start lower if you only need a few dozen minutes, around $65 to $90. Prices vary a bit by provider, and most want at least a 1-month commitment. You shopping for the cheapest option or something with more voice time?
I'm asking for a friend. Anyway, I'll turn that off for a sec, guys. All right, back to the chat. So that gives you an idea what a satellite phone is. Oh, got a answer there to this question. I asked a question back from, my apologies, I can't say your name there, bro. Yeah, you have most satellites here. I'm wondering what kind of satellites you guys watch in Iraq. If you want to call in, I'd love to hear about that. I used to watch AFN, America's Funniest. Nope, not AF. That's AFB. AFN, what is AFN? Armed Forces Network, which is friggin' in the clear in some parts of the world, but not in the clear in North America, which gets you like wrestling and all sorts of stuff. Has been in the clear before. Oh, it's pretty awesome when it is. Howdy, people. Hello, Jonathan. How's it going? Did someone say something about... Oh, yeah. I like the conspiracy theories on that. Yeah, the whole moon thing there. It's... yeah, I've been a lot of conspiracy. I don't know. It's like no third party. What do they... You know, what would pour gasoline on conspiracy theories when NASA does the publicity photos and they use AI for you know, and so, like something blatantly AI just to get people going, because then people will say it's AI. Because I can make a picture right now, man, of like, you know, Robbie on the moon, right? Here, I'll do it right now. Show you. And let me generate one here. Bear with me. Turn your mind. I want to go on Grok. Image. this one with my dog. Anyway, I got this whole prompt going on the go here. So where's my might be a botchy effect, but here I'll just show you what it kind of looks like. Here we'll switch OBS over to that. So here we are in the Grok imaging. I have the X, like a basic X account, the $8 a month thing. So it gives me a little bit of AI generating, but not a lot. I have to pay for the full Super Grok to be able to get that. So there was like the cat, me just riding on my cat. That's actually my cat. And I was able to upload a picture to it and say, okay, have me riding on that cat. And then, so yeah, this is going to look blatantly AI, but. So there we go. We got like these examples. It doesn't have the moon, though. Didn't go to the moon. All right. No music. It did music anyway. Hyper realistic cinematic view. Robbie still right. Okay. I'm just gonna take all this of the prompt on the moon. Walking to the Apollo 11 the surface of the moon, no space suit, just photo as is. Let's see what it does. We'll see what it does here. There's my cat and dog in the moon. Where's me? My dog shrunk. Anyway, yeah, it's AI. You got to be clever with the prompts to be able to do this type stuff. Anyway, so oh yeah, I got to talk about the. I finally configured my KU band dish. Whoa. Jonathan, for my KU band dish, for example, the TBS USB SAT receiver. Oh yeah, so you got that on the go. Cool. Did you post some links about that? I'm gonna look at that. I haven't looked at that. I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to look at that. Okay, Kuro cucumbers. Kuro sends cucumbers. Hi Robbie, I live in South Georgia. I probably read your name wrong. I apologize for that. Would you be able to receive more different satellites than someone much further north? Thank you for your videos. You're pretty much going to get the same. Maybe you'll get more because you're more in the southern footprint. So most likely in the south, you're going to pick up some more southern channels. Now Starlink is stronger competition when it comes to SATCOM's better latency. Yeah, I can see that doing that. That's where, and Brady, I don't know if you've looked into the Starlink. That's probably the best if you have limited internet where you are, because you're in the boonsticks. It's probably Starlink's. I heard a lot of people. I've heard of people who are doing streaming on YouTube and on Facebook and all that, and they're able to get like way better results through their Starlink system. So that's amazing technology that we have the Starlink now. That really is allowing anybody in the boonsticks to be able to use it. You got to pay for it, but you got to pay for internet anyway. Like internet's a cost, so it's the cost of, hey, you have lots of acreage, you got lots of land, you're going to pay a little bit extra for your internet. Brady asks, can you tell me more about running VBox Mover for our C-band, and how can I see the VBox menu to program? So got one of my V-Box videos. I'll pull that up. I like that question. So let me grab a YouTube video with the V-Box. You got the V-Box 2? All right. So if I go through my video on the V-Box, I have something to illustrate with. I'll have to type my name in. All right, I'm just going to roll that ad. And are we still on the... Yeah, we're on the shot here. Let me just pull up Discord. Discord's doing its thing there.
Of the Happy Satellite Nerd, I will talk to you about how do you move your satellite dish and the controls and what hardware you will need to be able to do that.
So this is a video I made several years ago. Discord's gonna load up here on me. Move the Discord over here. Don't need to see the intro. I just want to go.
On the Happy Satellite Nerd, I'd like to talk to you about the V-Box Disc Q1 Positioner, 99 memories.
Now, mind you, this is my old dish, by the way, but it's fine. It's the same thing. Basically, it's the controller for the actuator of the satellite dish. So you got to get one of those V-Boxes. A lot of them are very similar. And there is a remote that comes with them. It doesn't do anything for your TV. It just basically pushes out, in, and saves positions for your positioner. I really don't recommend hooking it all up. My preference is just to have it outside and run it out and just manually move it. Because you're always going to want to move your satellite just a little bit. It's a little different every other time. So you're locking into the same spot. Some people can do that, but what's going to happen is your receiver is going to move it, and you're going to accidentally click on a channel and move your dish, and you're like, I don't want my dish moving right now. So that's why I'm totally manual with it.
For Disc Q 1.1 and 1.2 receiver compatible. Works with any receiver via optional remote control. Compatible with any actuator or HH mount. Not exactly sure what an HH mount is, but someone maybe might educate me on that in the comments. 99 programmable memories, easy operation and quick installation, fine-tuning function for better reception, anti-noise, circuit to avoid miscounting, short circuit and overload protection. That's great. Disc Q dissect and non-dissect positioner, turn on off function, resynchronization function, and it's heavy duty. So this is what you will need if you have a C-band dish. You will need a box like this that is wired to the actuator that will move the dish. Okay, this is the front of the V-Box 7, and it comes with this remote here that stores all your positions and your numbers, so you can store many positions on it. But if in the case that you do lose your remote, it does have a backup where this simple on button, and you can move the dish east or west to wherever you want to have your dish pointed. And
I had young kids at the time in the background.
For example, if I program in for that position, it will just simply move the read sensor to the position 25. Position 25 is just simply 125 west on my geostationary setup.
Yeah, and everyone's dish is going to be a little different on this setting, so
the back of the box has
a
spot for you to put your send to your receiver and another spot to your LMD. That is if you want to run your receiver through this machine and control it with your receiver. So for example, when you go to a certain channel on a satellite, you can automatically have the V-Box tune that in. I personally don't use that feature just simply because I like to be able to just control my dish, and usually I just leave it parked where I want it. And if I really want to move it, I will move it. And it has 4 wire outputs. It has 2 terminals for your motor power, and then it has 2 other terminals which are for your sensor. So it just tells the read sensor exactly where it is on the actuator, so which helps it to, when you program those satellites in, to know, for the V-Box, to know where the satellite is and what position on that you're trying to aim at. So sometimes what I like to do with my receiver, I just take the information button on the receiver, and I'll use the V-Box's remote. Now, I prefer to just do it this method, where I just simply go east or west to where I want to go until I've tuned the dish. So in this example, click over the dish there, and it will just move over until the signal comes in, and then the picture will come in for the TV. Where it's hard to see on here, but so you can see the signal and strength quality on the receiver. And you can just move your dish east or west until you get that fine-tuned to the best that you can possibly get it. So I paid about $45 for this a few years ago when the Canadian dollar was higher, but I've seen these
It's
between
$200 now.
$60, plus there's a shipping cost and all that. My review of this, I guess I can say I'm quite happy with it. It's worked.
You should have found me 5 years ago,
Now that I
man.
have this new actuator on, I can move all the way, which would be like 127 degrees is where the furthest I can get. There's some trees facing there, and then I can get, is that, but I can go about 55 west with that on my setup. So it's a great little tool. Something essential if you have a C-band dish, so that you can be able to move your dish to different satellites. That's all I have to say about that. So please like, subscribe, and tell your friends and share these videos on social media, and help me get this channel. And if there's anything else you'd like me to do a video on that might not have been covered, please give me a comment, and I'll try to explain what you'll need and what to go through. And I'm looking forward to doing more and more satellite videos on how to get your free-to-air satellite channels with the V-Box. Ooh, the V-Box. The V-Box. Got banged up a little bit in shipping, but I got her. I love the V-Box. I love the V-Box. I'm so smart.
So here I am with a Shaw Direct dish, and I'm like moving it and getting the signal because I haven't.
Imagine being able to build
Shut
an app
up.
with your name on it.
Shut up! Shut up! Okay. All right, man. All right. So that was the V-Box. I got another the Super Jack box, which is basically this very similar. It's basically it's almost like the same thing, just in a different encasing. V-Box. All right, guys. Oh yeah, I will open the. Is that one my? Yeah, that's the Super Power Jack one. Did I do two of them? I've got a few videos where I'm talking about these because I have one where I'm doing the 4-foot dish and I hooked it up to that. But the actuator in the 4-foot dish, for whatever, that little tiny cute actuator died on me. The only thing I've tried is like my satellite motor setup. Here, we'll go here. I'll be.
All right, today on the.
All right, here we go. I'll make that big. Oh wait, just before I make that big, I'm gonna hop in the Discord there. There I go, bring that, make that big. And then I'll make that. And we'll make this play here.
Satellite nerd, I'd like to talk to you about how the dish positioner that you'll need to move your actuator so you'll be able to move your satellite dish. I have an actuator growing out of my head. It's crazy. Yeah.
Skip this ahead. All you do, guys, if you're annoyed with the intro, don't like it, you just simply
this is an
do
old
this. You
Enacom,
take your mouse,
analog
and you just
satellite receiver, and back. All right, this is an old Enacom analog satellite receiver, and back in the day, these things would have like your dish positioner, built-in satellite receiver would have the switches or these little plugs here for to move your dish. Some people still use these to move their dish.
So this is the back of the dish positioner. It has your two wires for your sensor and two for your motor. So what it does, it sends a signal to the sensor so that it knows what position it's in. And also, I don't use this option, but you can use it. You can run your receiver to your LMB, and what this would do is it would send you can use your receiver to control where the dish is positioned. I just don't like this option because just sometimes your receiver can take you to another position on satellite, and then you don't want to be on that position. Like, for example, you can be on for some reason your receiver will go from a channel on 121 west to a channel on 55 west, and you just don't want all that time of moving your dish. So the reason why I hook it up this way is so that I can just sit at this chair here, here's the chair I sit at, and then I just, when I want to move my satellite dish, I use this thing and I just have this wire, these wires run out to the actuator. So this is the Super Jack satellite dish mover, which you can buy at Tech 2000, and I'll have a link of it in the description below.
Shout out to Tech 2000.
Satellite dish. It comes
I
with
think
this
they
remote
still have
too
them
for your
now, last I checked.
positions.
So right now I have it at 620, which I have it at 101 West C-band. And what I did this is I have these positions programmed, so I can have, for example, 99, 97, 91, 31, well, 131 is what I call that, 27, 25, 23.
Shout out to Kevin McLeod for providing music that allows YouTube video creators like myself just to, you might see that little plug in there with his music and stuff.
And these ones here are like 123.
I'm playing it way too fast right now.
And 07 is 107, just because those are satellites that I frequently go to. So what I can do is, for example, is I can move it to 97 West, and then this thing will just move the dish. It'll move to the point where I have 97 West programmed in, and then I just send my receiver to the transponders at 97 West. If I want to go to 105 West, or I'm going to go 107 West because I use that one more. 107 West, it'll just take us to 107 West, and it'll just take you to the point of where that is on the receiver. So this is a good way of moving your C-band satellite dish. If you really need to move it, you can. I've heard some people, they can use a 12-volt battery, but that's because it has a sensor and everything. It just works very nicely, and then you just have this nice setup for when you need to move your dish. And if you want to run the cable through it, you can also do that too. It's just my preference is not to. So yeah, this is the VBox 2, a Super Jack. You get this over at the Tech 2000 store, and so people are always asking me, how can I get my old satellite dish for the actuator to move? You probably need to get one of these boxes if your 30-year-old actuator is not seized from sitting for 20 years or whatever. But you can also, if your actuator is dead too, you can always go to Tech 2000 and get another actuator for it as well. So thank you for watching, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Are you looking for a satellite dish? Are you looking for a C-band satellite dish? Are you looking for a mesh dish? The place you want to go to find that is Tech 2000. Tech 2000. Check out Tech 2000 for all of your satellite products for free-to-air satellite reception.
I don't go by auto octane anymore, but yeah, that's kind of my old deal there. Yeah, just sort of started uploading to this, and hey. So yeah, the question was, do I use a HH motor? Now, I never encountered one. I've encountered actuators. Now, I have used the motor. I don't know if you'd refer to that as a Horizon motor for the KU band dish. I really like those motors, but you gotta be careful because I've had a few of them die on me. Yeah. So. Any further questions? The gear costs a lot in Brazil. It sucks. Brazilian expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Yeah, everything is getting to be expensive. Yeah, it's. You could have found me years ago, right? Yeah, and a lot of people, what they do for dish movers to be cheap is, I mean, it's cheap, but hey, you got the equipment and it's still good. Snowman is to use basically, and I said that in this, was it this video I said that or my old video? Where, yeah, I'm showing this here.
These things would have like your...
An MA-COM. Actually, the MA-COM didn't have the dish mover. It does have a, if you have a polarization motor in your dish, it has, I think, it had something like that. But all the modern dishes, or not dishes, but the modern LMBs just have an automatic like power 22K switch. So it just automatically, it has like a fixed antenna for horizontal and a fixed antenna for vertical. So that's kind of what my hands would look like in this, the LMB. If you look down the shaft of an LMB, you pop the little cap off and you look at it, that's what you'll see for a C-band LMB, even probably a KU band LMB, similar principle. And then it just changes the polarity. So you get vertical transponders, the H, when you look at a satellite chart, you got horizontal, and you got vertical. So the signals will come that way. Now, sometimes you can have your LMB just somewhat, you'll still get signal, but to get the signal in optimally, you have to sort of take your LMB and adjust your skew. So, did I lose a bunch of viewers here? Or? Anyhow, so that's that. I wanted to go talk a bit about, we'll bring up the Discord here. John from my background's been changed. So, oh well, it is what it is, eh? Let me just bring up some snapshots. Go. All right. So, yeah, we'll go to that in a minute here. Make sure I didn't put anything. Well, all right. Here's something I just want to show you folks. So here's my motorized dish in my backyard. I love using this. The only thing is I found, because I got such a run of cable going to that motor, this thing here, that I have to actually go out with my portable dish mover and then move the dish, which is fine because I don't really, like 87 West is kind of like my go-to for this satellite. But if I need to like explore different satellites, I'll have to bring my little Sat Hero meter and move it to the satellite I want, and then scan in the channels. Is basically what I do. Mainly my go-tos, especially for KU band, is there's a handful of satellites that I'll mess around with. And there's the LMB. There's an LMB that cracked. Here you can see my GT Media satellite finder thing here laying on the ground. There's my QSat up on the post. And I moved it there so snow wouldn't fall on the dish and knock it down every winter. So I kind of, not the best spot, but it's a good spot. Believe it or not, because there's a garage right there, but it's kind of hidden, hides the dish. But the dish, it's an offset dish, so it's deceiving. It's actually pointing up, but it looks like it's pointing down. So I have the dish kind of peeked down low, looking around, right? It's like peeking over, and so it's kind of hidden. I mean, you see it. It's a big eyesore in the middle of my yard. There it is there in the yard. I've actually fixed it. I have it in the ground now. But that was just like, okay, would it work in this position? And it did. It worked quite well, actually. I can get a lot of the satellites along the arc there. So that's one of the things when you're finding a dish and you're not sure you want to set it up. This is a temporary solution. It's not a permanent solution. Wind's going to take that thing down. Oh, another thing that happened to my little satellite stand here is this rusted out, and it's basically a broken leg on it, which is sad. I just took like a few booster rocks there. And yeah, so anyway, that's kind of my deal for that. Got my raspberries too. They got raspberry thorn bushes there, so I can't go in there. I don't want to get that ball out because these are all thorns from like the raspberry plants. But they're awesome, man. I get raspberries. It's the food from God that just grows in my yard, you know. And which one is the one you have there, Brady? I had another scene. I'll go with this scene here. This is where I can read the chat from the computer off the internet. Which one do you have, Brady? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Did I have it on the wrong shot? Because I didn't. I need like three monitors, maybe 4 monitors to do a live stream. Anyway, so hey, the Discord is open. So let's.
Hey, Robbie.
Hey,
Jonathan here.
Hey, Jonathan. I got your thing right here. It's up on the stream right now. I'm talking about the TBS multi-standard TV tuner box, and you were telling me you got working in Linux.
Yeah, I got it work on Linux, but it's kind of difficult because the drivers there, it messes up with your kernel. So
oh, that's no good. Yeah, you need to.
It
I'm gonna put my
kind of
headphones on
breaks
so we can all hear each other.
but with DVB apps, it's not live DVB, it's DVB apps, the thing that you use on Linux.
Do you have it up on your screen right now?
Well, I have Windows on my screen.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're doing Windows now, yeah.
Yeah, because it's easier, and this version it doesn't support blind scan from Linux. Should.
Some of my friends I want to tell you about. I did a thing this week. I got into Steam. I got a Steam account, and so I downloaded a game. I have a pretty competent computer. Like my computer is like, but I bought this thing for like video editing, right? But I wanted to push my computer. Hey, what's the best I can get out of this computer, right? And like I got like a pretty good. I got was it 33 gigs of RAM, and I bought this before RAM went crazy too. Like I bought this about a year and a half ago, so I lucked out there.
Yeah, just like mine, I got like 64 gigs.
Yeah, I don't have
RAM
64, but this is able to handle 4K with the hard drive. The key with the hard drive in 4K is have a good hard drive. Like, or not hard drive, but a solid state drive to have your source material on. But then the thing is, everything was becoming 4K. You want 4K video on the internet. And then what happens? Everyone's watching freaking portrait style videos, you know? Like, it's like, oh, kids don't care about 4K. They care about portrait style, which sucks. But I mean, it's the reality we got to deal with. And I'm actually, you know, I've actually kind of tapped into that too. Because I am on a phone a lot. And I get short videos. Sure. Well, we'll do it, right? Make it happen. And then use those short videos. Come in and watch the good long videos. Watch the live streams. So anyway, I'm able to play the, what's the game I got on Steam? Sorry, I'm going to go on to Steam. But this is exciting for me, right? Because I never got into gaming. I play this. I play sober Roblox on Linux. And my deal is, if you're new to me, you don't know who I am, I prefer to use Linux when I can. It's not loading. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's.
Yeah, sometimes it's buggy.
So, and the only game I put on was this one game. I'm just trying to push my system is the War Thunder. I was playing War Thunder. It's like a World War II. No, it's updating now, so it's gonna make my system crash. But it has like all these planes and ship games or whatever. I just thought because the graphics were so pretty decent, you know, and I don't have a PlayStation or anything like that. I play Roblox, which is pretty much like 20-year-old. Looks like games from like 20 years ago. But I'm happy with it. I'm not big into. I just want to have the fun experience of gaming. My kids do not care about my Atari at all. Like they don't care about any of my old systems. I sold my Atari Lynx, which I had for 3 decades. But I don't need it. I don't use it. So like, I'll give it to a gamer fan who wants to have like the angry video game nerds gaming setup downstairs with retro gaming. I don't need that. You know, it all fits on a thumb drive. So it's, yeah. So there's War of Thunder. Yeah, I did a thing. I wanted for my kids. I wanted to get Little Kitty in a Big City, so I was gonna pay for it and then just use that game because I thought it looked cute and it was fun. Oh yeah, Brady answered the question. He has the V-Box. Oh, cancel that. I don't want to close the OBS. I clicked the wrong window. I want to click this. Anyway, yeah, there's Roblox, and I'm able to do a lot in Linux. Like there's a lot, and I'm not, you know, Mr. Computer, advanced computer guy or anything like that. I just feel like I can do a lot. There's a lot I'd like to do. If I can be in Linux, I'm happy with that. I have like 5 computers I've saved because of they won't update to Windows 11, but they're perfect for running Linux Mint, playing Roblox, even doing some video editing on it. And people are throwing them out, but they're like perfectly decent computers for like most people's day-to-day use. Oh yeah, so you have a V-Box. Yeah, V-Box is yeah, so hopefully Brady, you know everything there is to know about the V-Box, and you're good to go now. I hope you get yourself set up. This is Brady. Anyone else in the forum? You see Brady ask any questions, and give him a help and answer him. Don't be like some people have done this in the groups where they really put people on a rabbit, you know, a rabbit trail. I don't know. They're setting people down. A TMI, too much information, rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's overwhelming. Where I want to try to get things just simple. Like when you read instructions, especially if doing things in Linux. Like if you understand what I'm saying, Jonathan. But like it's I watched the tutorial this week and it was like overwhelming for something that should be really simple. And that's just sometimes the documentation is doing that, where the actual process is quite simple, but the documentation is like 3 paragraphs of something that looks really overly complicated, more complicated than what it should be.
Yeah. Like on this TBS card, it sucks because
But it has a good tuner. Like it sucks, but once you tune in those weak channels, so that's like, welcome to the free satellite TV hobby. Where, okay, I want the ultimate receiver. It doesn't exist. You can buy a $50 receiver and it's going to do certain things really good, but it's not going to be the best one on the market. It's so weird. There's no satellite receiver that's like perfect, that does like everything. Oh, here's one. It almost does everything. It runs Android. Here's one that's based on Android. It runs all the Android apps. Great for a media center. Great for all that stuff. But it's crashy with the satellite program. So you're like watching, in my example, you're watching the feed over on on 87 West for all the news feeds. And what you're seeing is you're just seeing like it cut out all the time. You got to unplug it and plug it back in and reboot it because it's an Android system. So I like this picture, this shot here out of the BASF tape. I have the tape kicking around here on the desk. Another thing, here's an upcoming video preview of what we'll be talking about. And people are like, why am I talking about this topic? I'll have to show you it on the screen here. Let me just go grab this. So this is my next project to work on. It's this. It will be the Thor Thunder 2 channel, but this thing is portrait style here. Here, let's make this thing big. There we go. So I'm going to do a review on this Thor Thunder 2. I've done reviews on these before, but we're going to take a look at this, which is a Thor Broadcast Thunder 2 2-channel HDMI clear CATV modulator. 2 times HDMI inputs. I'm not sure. I know the question you're going to ask. Does it send it all on one character? Probably not. It's probably a dual tuner. It'd be awesome if it was all on the same carrier, but I don't think it's going to do that. They tend to just put these things in. So it does clear CATV RF modulation, which is QAM, which is interesting depending on your situation. If you do have clear QAM channels, you could take that and then create your own channel, plug it into your cable. As long as it's clear, they might not like you doing that, but this could potentially do that. It does ATSC. Could it send wireless? Maybe. I'm not going to get into that. But you're not supposed to. But you can run it through coaxial cable. DVB-T.
I see that it does the Brazilian ESDBT.
Yeah, is that what you guys use? This one here, the ISDPT. This is what you guys got?
Yeah, that's the Brazilian Japanese one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not ATSC, but it's like this unique format. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also does MPEG 2 and H.264. It has the encoder to do that. So if you want to send this, but it also does, where's the, say that? I just want to show you. It says that there's the 1080p, the 720p. It's not going to do 4K, but no one uses 4K. It was a bunch of hype, and then it's not the reality of the world. And good luck finding content that's 4K. No one really cares. Thor Broadcast Thunder 4. This also does like it does IP streaming. So basically, you could use this as your thing, but you could also send a IP stream. So smart. It'll do like through a smart TV or an Android audio encoding. So it's kind of like if you have the need for that purpose to encode it and send it over a network as well as sending it over coax, this thing would do it. Basically, I can connect this camera up to, I think with one of the ones I've used before, that was a Thor Broadcast one that I've reviewed, is it has like you can basically plug an HDMI device and stream it right to YouTube if you wanted to. And then be on YouTube with a DVD player, potentially, or a satellite receiver. If you want to have a direct feed through YouTube, you could do it that way. So it's kind of neat that you can do that. Is it going to be something that most everyday home user would want? Maybe not. But if you want to get like a couple satellite dishes and you want to hook up your neighbors, or you're in an apartment building and you want to share a few channels in a convenient way, a device like this, or multiple devices like this, that will be stacked. Like you can stack them on top of each other and basically make like, get 40 of these and have 80 channels, or get one of the other Thor Broadcast devices that would do that. So you can find out more about Thor Broadcast on their website. I'm going to do a full review on this, how to set it up, and I got to kind of figure it out in my own little brain too. But an exciting announcement through Thor Broadcast. I'll pull up their website here. Just bear with me for 1 second.
I think that a good use case scenario for that device is hotels, right? Hotel rooms.
Yeah, potentially for hotels, campgrounds use these things. So basically, like a lot of campgrounds have like their antennas, master antenna system, and they might pop a few satellite channels. They might even have their own channels where they play movies and have a DVD player, you know, that they're sharing. Close this tab here. So no chat over, and I just want to check the chat over on Rumble Studio, Facebook, and all that. If you're watching over on Facebook, you can come over to YouTube. I'll probably see the chat more frequently over on YouTube. I wanted to look at TVROSAT satellite charts, if I can figure out how to pull that one up. Because TVROSAT is great for doing that. Oh yeah, but first let's, on the topic of Thor Broadcast. Yeah, so if you're looking to make your own, like a special kind of master antenna system, I recommend going to these guys, Thor Broadcast. They will get you set up. Now, in my situation, maybe potentially for your situation, a great thing to have is their one-channel modulator. This thing here will do, I don't know what the price of them are. This is what I use pretty much most of the time. So yeah, they're about, now even that is a pricey price. I'm not going to lie that that's not. But if you look around and you catch them when they're on sale, you might even get a better deal than that. It's kind of stayed the same with inflation, though. That's one decent thing I guess I could say about that is this is what I use for my HDMI modulator. So I hook my satellite receiver up to this, okay? And then all my over-the-air TVs have channel 6 is the satellite receiver. So I can watch all my over-the-air TVs with the over-the-air antenna channels and then have channel 6 as my satellite receiver upstairs so that I can control it with my phone using this. I got such an elaborate setup with this sofa baton device. So just to give you an example how I'm using my Thor Broadcast Petite, it's basically essentially it's a petite unit. Let me just bring up the media player. And it's just a media player you get with Linux, which is fine, you know, any media player. And of course, try to do a demo or whatever. My media player is showing like the Thor Broadcast thingamajig here. You want to watch your satellite by GT Media reboot? I guess we could do that right now. I'll make a run. I'll make a run upstairs and we'll do that. So this is like my modular. This is its default screen for when your receiver, you know, kind of doesn't work for you. Just bear with me. I'm wirelessly mic'd here, so I can go upstairs because I'm using a GT Media, and it's good old time for a good old Android. Unplug it and plug it back in. That's essentially what I'm going to do here. Is just unplug it and plug it back in. So I'm like walking upstairs because it's closer to where my satellite cable is. So I'll find the satellite receiver and turn the TV on, but I actually want to do the reboot. I actually have it in one of my satellite, in my Thor Broadcast device. I just have it in a power bar. So I clicked it off, like so. I just have like, you know, one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outlet power bars, and basically I'm rebooting it. Oh yeah, so my Cody's gonna kick out there in a second because everything's gonna boot off. So I have to reload that. So it's gonna do a reboot here. So I'm on the TV upstairs and I'm just kind of, if someone's talking to me, I'm not hearing you. I'm just upstairs. All right, so here's the GT Media loading up. Don't know if you're gonna see that. I'm just going to power down the TV because I'll have to go back down now. I'm going to walk back downstairs and coming on down here. When I can take a break in a minute, I'll play that Thor broadcast video as well, just to give you an idea. Like, I know you're not going to want to spend all this money, most likely, but it's just cool equipment to mess around with. All right, so let's that load up there.
I see that a Cody.
There we are.
came
Okay,
up.
so we're watching. I got
see that too.
loaded up, and I got News Nation here. I can't hear you. I'll put my headphones on. So let's make sure I'm logged into my GT Media. Yeah. So I just got to hit the button there. That'll make it big. So that's like the Android box for the GT Media there, which is running through my Thor broadcast there. It made it big. And and this is News Nation, which is shout out to News Nation for like having been on KU band satellite. Breaking news, blockade, traffic, you know, more war stuff. It's not quite as good on the fly. These are the satellite news channels. That's the one thing about satellite. There's like on the SRV 1 and 2, there's like quite a handful of there's these channels which are, I don't know, your big pharma commercials where they're going to go to commercial. They're going to have the big pharma products. They're going to spend half the commercial telling you about all the side effects that is going on.
So that's 101 West, right?
101. Are you able to get this one down south where you are?
Not really. I tried getting that this weekend. I can't get those. Those are specific for North America.
Right.
Just like the 70 West, you cannot get there. Just us down here.
There's the Donald. All right. So there's like this movie channel, preview channel on SRV3. This is what I'm picking up with like just a tiny little Shaw Direct dish. This is SRV6, I think. It looks like a cooking show. Some sort of preview. I'm not sure what the heck this is. It's a that's new, that Reach TV promo. There's this Taiwan news channel, and that's what I kind of like about free satellite TV is that you get like a lot of you get news from around the world, and there's like an English version of the channels. And then there's like your business promo stuff on a channel, which is basically the same video on a loop all the time.
Oh, so they're broadcasting in English. I thought it was Chinese.
No, the we got CCTV or GCTV, which is like out of China, but it's it's an English version of the Chinese news network. Same thing with NHK Japan. NHK Japan is essentially it's the English version of it's NHK World, which is another news channel that is available on satellite.
Oh, I actually can get those at 55.5 West.
Yes, they have them at 50. Yeah, they have them on
Japan, World Japan as well.
Yeah, and then there's SBN. Hey, how's it going there, Sabrina? Or no, not Sabrina.
No, it's Snobia.
Snobia. Yeah. See, we did. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, my dyslexia, which would struggle. Forgive me for that. I don't mean I'm not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm doing good, by the way.
Oh yeah, cool, man. Yeah, so we're just looking at like some of the 101 West satellite channels. It's not like a huge amount on KU band, but these are channels that really, I would say, matter. Like they're my go-tos at 7 o'clock at night when I want to watch, see what's happening in the news. I'm not saying I agree with Cuomo, but I find it is entertainment when they have Cuomo and O'Reilly together, you know, and they kind of disagree, right? But it's like fun to watch them together. So I enjoy that on News Nation. And News Nation is a premium cable news channel. They're trying to compete with CNN and Fox. So they're trying to be center, but like, you know, give both perspectives quite well. So that's one thing if you're into news for the entertainment, that's where it's at. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off because it might bog down the stream. I'm not sure. And then it's it's the News Nation. I'm not sure. Let me just check in on one channel here. This is a bit of a delay right now, so forgive me for that. So I'm going to go to a different satellite. So this is at 101 West, and I want to go to 105 West. Just want to see if it's coming in. It's really rainy today, so the one on 105.
And that's KU band, right? Just
Yes,
confirming.
this is KU
KU.
band. I do have a C band channels here. Just gonna go to InfoWars and see what if it's coming in, because sometimes this is the transponder for InfoWars gets affected by rain. Now I know American Journal has ended. I don't know why. I just saw Rex the other day saying it's our final episode of American Journal, and so now it looks like got Rob Dew up there, and it's a replay of yesterday's War Room, from what I understand. So, and then here the signal cut out. It's really rainy. So the interesting thing is, I'll go down one. The Veterans Affairs, it's coming in fine, and this is a 4-foot dish, but it always it's a signal that has a lot of issues when I'm trying to pull it in. Sometimes
my dish is a little bit smaller. It's 60 centimeters. I guess that's close to 3 feet.
Right. And didn't do anything. Maybe it's still. It's not doing anything. It could have froze on me too. This is another thing with satellite receivers that it could have just froze on me. Anyway, we'll put this away for now.
At this satellite that I'm at, 70 West, I can get some international channels. So NHK from Japan, but in Japanese.
I will show you guys something here in 1 second. Bear with me here. Anything in the chat? Any good questions here? Have you tried an HH motor on satellite? Thought I answered that one, unless it's from a while ago. I have not tried an HH motor. As I said, the only thing I've tried was my KU band dish. I haven't encountered one to use. Just going to dig into here. So just, when we're looking at satellite, I think the C-band will work. I got a ton of encrypted channels. Here, we'll go with this here. Whoop, there. Let's see if this channel comes in. There's a few channels I'll show you on C-band. Here we go. So here we got this channel here on C-band, which is Classic Arts. Oh, it's frozen. I don't know why it's frozen here. Antenna pay TV. Okay, we're just showing a still picture. Okay, not the best quality. That's actually their feed for. That's Indrado encrypted, so that's not going to come in. It's encrypted. Antenna pay TV. So this is I think it's Mexican TV. What language is that? On the text here.
Oh, that's Italian.
Italian. Okay.
Yeah.
Ant TV.
Antenna. That sounds like an Argentinian channel. Oh, that's Greek.
It's
That's
Greek.
actually Greek.
Okay.
Yeah, those. Well, there's a channel in Argentina with the same.
So all these
Mexican
channels here. Whoop. Where is that news channel? All those channels there are encrypted, but then there's one channel like Free Speech TV, which has. I'm gonna make this small so I can avoid the.
Heard of Free Speech TV? Yep.
Yeah, Free Speech TV is it scans in as encrypted, although it might be encrypted now because it was before it was. So here's all the channels that are in the clear. You get Laugh, you get Scripps TV, Ion Network. These are all C-band. Court TV 720, which is indicating that 720p.
Yeah, the Scripps networks I can get them on also on over the air on WHPX in New London. channel 28, their virtual channel is 26.
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're in New London.
Here, let's see if this dealio will come in. I'll switch the info button. It's weird working with this because it's like it's going through that modulator, and I don't have the Lactacy set up to work. Did it go to Scripps News? I like Scripps News too. That's like another one of my go-to for news channels. There it comes in. There we go. So we got like, it's got to hit this again to go into the. If I could hit the info button, I'll show you all the satellite information. It's like a court hearing day or whatever over on. It looks like a feed, but this is not a feed. This is actually like something, a live Senate meeting or whatever going on right now. You can see these feeds over on 87 West as well. This is what's happening right now. I didn't understand the whole news thing as I was going through the news channels of what was going on. I just know war is going on now, so it's like, yeah. It's H.264. This is coming in good. Is this one of the high FEC channels? I'm looking for the FEC that might be indicating. And that's where you're going to have issues with a 8-foot dish because you need the larger dish to be able to pull all that stuff in. There, so there we got the Scripps News. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm just looking at the chat here. I'll make your chat bigger here. There we go. I got a shot here when because I'm like looking at the screen here to read. Could bring that closer in, I guess. I used old generation and General Instruments. That's from a while ago. And the KU band H.264. They both work well. That's the one I have. Does anyone know where I can get 8+ foot dishes in the U.S.? 2 places. Lumpy fart. So if you want an 8 Mr. Lumpy fart, do you, you can. My recommendation is go to the Facebook Marketplace. I had a friend that he doesn't do Facebook at all, but then he's found out that he wanted to sell some stuff, and Facebook Marketplace is really, where you can find things. Which would mean that you would have to go take it down, and hopefully have the skill to fix it up if needed. To go to the hardware store, maybe get some replacement screws if needed. But if you can't find it there, you can get them on Tech 2000. Now, buyer beware. You can find 8-foot dishes on eBay, but they're one satellite. They're like meant to point at one satellite. If here, I'll show you. Good old eBay. C-band.
8 feet. I guess that's like 3 meters.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm using. So, and it's just big enough where it's not too crazy or anything. So you're gonna go to eBay, and let me just bring my display into shot here. So you're gonna find lots of titanium C1 LMBs. No problem finding LMBs. These are good LMBs for your, if you find a used dish, you're probably gonna want to get one of these LMBs. So you're gonna want to spend the money to get a new LMB. These haven't really changed with inflation, so grab them now. Maybe they might go up. Shipping costs and tariffs and all that might hit you, but this is
expensive.
But look at this. This is a C-band controller, dish positioner. Interesting. I haven't seen this model of C-band dish mover, but this is basically what I was talking about. Ports, receiver.
Those LNBs down here in
Oh
Brazil
wow!
for C-band, they cost like $30.
Oh yeah, yeah. Brazil, really? Ugh.
Sometimes it's cheap, sometimes it's very expensive. I mean, the dish itself costs a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's becoming that in Canada as well. But I mean, if you're finding used, you can find used items. So anyway, that's just an interesting looking dish mover I saw on Amazon. On not Amazon.
Yeah.
eBay. eBay is like yeah,
eBay.
good old eBay.
Man, this looks from the 90s.
So okay, size. So what's a 59-inch, 170 meter? Is that, or here's a 5-foot dish, prime focus. These are 6-foot dishes. They're not really going to be the greatest for what we need these days. Here's a giant prime focus dish. It's like a 2.4 meter. Is that a 10-footer? So there's this one here, but here's why I don't recommend these. It's not you're not going to connect an actuator up to that.
Yeah, there is no
Yeah.
place for you to.
It's
Hook it
basically if you're going to have a satellite, if you got lots of real estate, these things are not that, they're reasonably easy to pick up and they're not that expensive. If I had a ton of land and I could set up a bunch of these dishes, I probably would go get this one here. Where's the big one here? This big 2.4 meters. Oh, this is a 7.8 foot. This is an 8-footer, solid, from Electronica. But it has, you're not going to be, I don't think it's a pole mount. It's basically just like a, point at one satellite and then you're good to go. Mm-hmm. But if you do get it aimed at the satellite you want, I'll tell you how my habit with watching C-band satellite is. I just park it on one satellite, and my actuator is dead now. Like unfortunately, my actuator has been weathered. It's brutal in the winter here in Canada. You get the moisture and the condensation. Actuators don't last very long in Canada. So what happened to my is I'm actually, I don't know if we have a picture of an actuator, but I'm actually just manually moving my satellite dish, and I move it toward those few satellites. The funny thing is it died on me, but then I pulled the actuator in and then the motor works. I didn't disassemble it. What I did was, I don't know if they have actuators on here. Yeah, here. So here's an actuator. So if you look at this part here of the actuator, this is the clamp. So I loosen these bolts and then just basically move the actuator to the satellite I want, because the interiors, the motor of the actuator has died on me. So my solution for that is a simple solution, a cheap solution, is I just loosen these bolts here, and I just stand outside with my phone. Actually, with the GT Media, it has the signal quality. So I'm able to just move the dish just a little bit until I'm able to get signal, and I keep it parked there. That's been how I killed actuators, because I just parked the dish. I leave it parked on the satellite all winter long. And I'm, it's like, okay, wrestling, and I don't need to really go out to watch wrestling. I used a lot of my actuator years ago when I was always watching wrestling on 55 West. So anyway, that's been my solution for an actuator, is just how to fix that, is just loosen that off. So if you do find an old actuator, you can do this, which is fine. Like if you buy the GT Media box and all that, because you might find there's plenty to watch on one satellite and you don't need to move it a lot. Up to you. Like, or if you do have one and you find it's died on you, you can go out and buy a new one. Like this is $170 US plus the shipping. So not too bad. I mean, that's not too bad.
I wonder about KU, those smaller dishes. I'm thinking about getting one for mine.
Oh yeah. Do you have any like in Brazil? You're Brazil, right?
Yeah, I'm Brazil.
Yeah. In Brazil, do they have any
Any like
here, I want to get to some of these questions. I'm just looking at the chat. I just want to get the questions.
okay.
But no, I'll answer your question there. Where is?
By the way, we have 20 people watching here, so like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe, follow. I'm on all sorts of free satellite TV is a good landing page. It'll take you to a Facebook page. Follow me on X, Robbie Strike 3. give me a follow on YouTube if you're watching me on Facebook. I'm trying to reach a prestigious amount so that I can get more views. I don't care. Like, if it goes away, it goes away. You're asking about KU band. What was the question?
Yeah, for those motors, I guess it's called U-Salt, right?
Yeah, KU band motor, KU band dish. So this is a Cervic motor. Did I say that right? Servo motor. So you want to so here's a servo.
I'm waiting for your YouTube stream to
Yeah. So here's a servo motor, but you don't want that. This is like for old dishes, and then it's a big wiring job too for these LMBs. They're kind of cool. Like, you can fine tune your skew on the fly. A lot of people like these things, but it is going to be a bit of a hassle, more of a wiring job. If you're up to the challenge, this is great. It'll be a fun thing to play around with. That's quite expensive for an actuator, $400, and then a $100 extra delivery. Gosh, I typed in KU. I typed in KU dish motor. This is as bad as Temu. Like, Temu, you get some cheapy antenna when you type in satellite dish. I was thinking of, like, doing some stuff with Temu, but then it's like, oh, here we go. So here's a motor that's probably a used one because it's got someone's kitchen counter on it. I know these guys sell them. There we go. You could also get one on with these guys, but so here's this is what I have on my dish. I love this one. I ended up buying 2 of these. I wish I was mechanically understanding enough to know how to take my old one and just make like a manually move, make it manually move without power. That's what I would like to do. So I can just go outside and hand crank it and then lock it into place. If there is an invention, and I'm surprised there's not, somebody who knows how to invent something. Well, what I want to do is I want something like this for the roof of a motorhome. So you can lower your dish, and then while you're the motorhome, the crank will be like right at the ceiling. You can crank up the dish. It does exist. I've seen these years ago, where you crank up the dish and then you manually move it, because you're in a motorhome. You're like probably a few feet away from the TV screen, so you can just set the signal quality and move it up. That's what I would like. But this is the automatic Does it call it an HH? Well, see, it's called an HH motor, but it's an HH motor for a KU band dish. And then this one has a different shaft on it too. The shaft on this one is different than some of the ones where it has the egg-shaped oval shaft. This is a circular shaft with the holes in it, which allow you to, at least for my dish, I could run the screw, tighten it to the shaft, so it's not going to drop off, because the dish is like hanging on it, and it could slide off or whatever, so it's not going to move, and it's not going to twist east or west in the wind. And there's all the parts that come with these things. So this one's about 100. Looks like someone bought it and they're selling it on eBay. They bought it and they thought they'd set it up, and they never did it. So it might be one of my viewers. And then there's Electronica. Clerica number, please, Electronica. They have them there at Electronica, but if they can take better pictures, because they have this device with the holes in the shaft. You see the holes in the shaft. My head here. Move my big old head here. So you see the holes in the shaft in this picture, but then you see a different type shaft in this picture, where it's like a dish with a hem at the bottom. If you can see that there. Can I make that? Yeah, there. So you see the hem at the bottom, but then you see this shaft with the holes in it. So there's different types of dish mounts. So you want to be careful of that. And I have had people bought like one like this for Electronica, and then it didn't fit into the dish. And then I've seen people, they bought from them, and they use zip ties to hold their dish together. Other people bought C-band dishes and put it on an ABS plastic pipe, and then wondered why their dish would flop and break.
This one from Electronica looks like it would fit here on mine because of the shafts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My question for you was: is there any KU band? Is there any KU band services in the country you're in, because here in Canada, it's great. It's fantastic. In Canada, you can get tons of these Shaw Direct dishes, and Shaw Direct dishes will pick up 90%, maybe 95% of the KU band in Canada. So you can find them in Canada. In the US, if you find the old Orbi TV dishes, those things that work are pretty much the same thing too. Those Orbi TV dishes, you can repurpose it, aim it at Galaxy 19 with a free satellite TV receiver, and you can use it to pick up some channels with that.
Actually, I'm doing that right now on the screen. I have my dish pointed to 70 West, and we have a service from Claro. It's a Mexican provider, and they broadcast a lot of channels there from Brazil and some from around the world. So yeah, it's like Sean or DirecTV.
Glenry, that one might. I'm doing DVB-S2 to IP to modulate 7 on one character. Wow, that's a big project there, Glenny. Yeah. What are you doing that for anyway? Like, I'm doing are you running like a hotel server or something like that? I'm curious to know. You don't have to divulge that, but just out of curiosity. The MASH TV network, how's it going? Got to go to Micro Center today. Whatever that. Okay, cool. I have a 1.M KU setup to RX 103 C-band. Only stronger transponder. My quality is 691040 for 103. And is that for Ion Network and all that, I guess? What be good USB tuner for PSE to get from NA? NA, where is NA? I got a few dish HDMI to QAM. My dish each channel, no need to move the dish. The box is also cheap. HDMI to QAM, be better way to do it. I'm a nice Amiga 500. I've bought of these two the 2001, 1001, 600. Oh yeah, 600, Amiga 600. Yeah, I just think Amiga looks cool as like a graphic to use on this thing. Yeah. Brady asked, do you think you can get 55 West in Idaho? I would think you should be able to, as long as your dish is big enough to pull in the signal. You'll probably get a few of the strong transponders. Small community TV in northern BC. Okay, yeah. If you shoot me a link to that, that's pretty cool. Yeah, like if you have like a small community, some people are doing that where they're homesteading or whatever, and they kind of have like this small community. RIP the credit card when I'm done buying RAM, says the MASH network, MASH TV network. In Europe, everything is KU band. But a few Europeans have told me there is some C band, but mostly everything is KU band. Yeah, you do get a lot of KU band. The story but also I'm hearing in Europe a lot of services are going IP as well in Europe, so you're seeing less KU band in Europe. Yes, for Ion Network. NA, no, North America. Okay, you answered the question there from earlier when I asked the MASH network about North America. Yeah. Did I miss any questions? I just look for question marks because this is a question and answer stream. I answered the question for eBay is where eBay and Tech 2000 are the two places where you're pretty much going to find satellite TV equipment these days. So where did my Discord thingy go? Oh, I closed it, eh? Okay, close that. It's weird how it did that. All right, guys. I'm going to drop out of Discord just for a minute. Play this video. I'm going to have a break, and we're going to come back. All right? Oh, I had a good... Oh, yeah, you're streaming now, eh? Let me bring up your stream there. This is your system that you have there. Let me just bring that up here. So, can I pop this guy out somehow? I think I can, yeah. I take that, and I just put all the... Whoop, that's not the one I wanted. There's Cody for the TV thing, and my other Discord thingy. Take this, I'll put this over here. This dealio, I want to make it bigger and better. Anybody ever play? I have this joke with my past, or anyone ever play the game Bigger and Better? It's we did this as a church youth group back in the early 2000s. It was a funny game that we played where everyone went with like something small, like with an eraser or something, and they would go knocking on people's doors and say, "Can you give me something bigger and better than this?" And people might trade an eraser for, say, a thing of paper towels or something else. And then you go to somebody else's door and you say, "Hey, can somebody give me something bigger and better than this?" I ended up going to somebody's house, showed up there, and they gave us a refrigerator, and I had a van. So I put that refrigerator in the back of my van. Like I had like 5 other youth group kids we were hanging out with, playing this game with. Return to church with this refrigerator. Look what I got. Anyway, I have this joke of that, and then how they played that, and churches ended up with these extra couches that were old couches that they had to get rid of after a while. Anyway, I don't know why I went on a...
Yeah, I'm back here. I had to leave for a little bit.
Yeah. So what are we looking at here on your TBS tuner card?
Yeah, just the general channels from the 70 West KU band. If I click here, you can see the channel details like DVB-S2 and frequency and technical details.
It was an old fridge, though. That was the thing, is that the fridge that we got, it was like, and it kind of smelled bad. It had like, it was almost out of Freon or something. We had to scrap it. I think we had to pay to get rid of it back in those days, too.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I remember that you showed SBN, right? SBN.
Yeah, SBN is everywhere. It's like the Victory channel and Daystar. Daystar is on like a bunch of satellites. But it's good for like, trying to tune your satellite.
I have got them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I get SBM on over-the-air TV. I think there's channel 7 that has it as a like a bunch of sub-channels. And then they'll have QVC and the Home Shopping Network over the air, and then there's SBM.
You're talking about Sunlight Broadcasting Network, correct?
Yes. This lady here,
I used to
she needs the joy of the Lord. Look at her face. They look so downcast. They're so miserable. They need the joy of the Lord. Okay. Can you change the channel? Give me something else to watch.
Speaking of, I was going to say something.
Yep.
Speaking of Sunlight Broadcasting Network, I had a local, at my local Bridgeport affiliate before they were sold to Regional Broadcasting. WZME Channel 43 in Bridgeport, they had the Sunlight Broadcasting Network on the second sub-channel on 43.2 throughout 2018 and it was throughout 2018, and they got rid of the affiliate, and they were bought by Regional Broadcasting because they in 2021 they put all the MeTV affiliates, like MeTV Plus, Story Television, and MeTV Tunes and all that. Yeah, they put it on WZME in 2021.
Oh, yes.
Sun Life is no longer part of. They're no longer on WZME.
No, yeah, no. It kind of changes around quite a bit too.
No, because TV stations change their affiliates every year.
Yeah, they have contracts that only last like a year or so, and then they change it up. Yeah, so you'll see that quite a bit. Excuse me, I tickle my throat. This is cool though.
Stick
So
to public channels here, so
anybody
YouTube don't get strike.
Yeah, public channel is good to go with. And plus, we're not playing the audio, and it's windowed in a small corner, so we're kind of safe. And YouTube has gotten a little laid back on things, from what I understand. So that's a good thing. They've
cool.
loosened up a bit from where they were a couple of years ago. The Ion Network, yeah, he's using that for the Ion Network. I don't watch Ion. I guess some of you out there might like the Ion because it's all like the crime shows and stuff like that.
I used to watch Ion, the Ion and Ion Plus. I used to watch it a lot back when I was 16 in 2019. But like I said, I used to watch the Ion Plus network and stuff, and I stopped watching it after they shut down in 2021. Then it came back in 2024. I only watched them for a little bit in 2024, and I stopped watching them because they kept changing affiliates.
Yeah, sounds like you need to change your sounds like you need to change your smoke detector battery. I hear it chirping every 30 seconds.
That my smoke detectors also that's not my smoke detectors. My smoke detector yeah, my smoke detector's never on. That's why it's off.
Is it what's making that chirp sound every 30 seconds?
It was, but it was the downstairs part. It was the hallway part. It was making that noise, but it makes that noise. It doesn't. Sometimes it makes a noise. Sometimes it do, and sometimes it don't.
So we got your prog detector here. Is this prog detector or no? It's what's it called, CrazyScan?
Yeah, it's CrazyScan. CrazyScan scans the RF, the satellite, so you can put the frequency here, like the KU band range, and it will see it, like check all the frequencies on the satellite, and you can get some details.
Did it tell you what's in the frequencies? So okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
It gives you the signal level, everything on the network.
That's pretty cool. That's where those TBS cards are pretty cool. I mean, you do gotta pretty much go to Windows to be able to use this software, but I mean, I do have Windows on a lot of my computers. I just don't use Windows very often. But that's really cool where you can. Does it actually tell you the channels that are in the carriers, or is it just tell you the signal quality?
It says the signal quality. It's good to get the transponder list to use on Prog DVB or DVB viewer, so I can blind scan the KU band here and export to DVB viewer to watch the channels at. I can actually show here. I have a list already.
Yeah. Can you get 105 West down where you're at?
No.
No, you can't lock it to 105.
I will try to scan those again, to look for those again with.
Yeah, look for Veterans Affairs. Yeah, Veterans Affairs, and then there's InfoWars. That I'm just kind of curious. I have a hard time with the InfoWars right now because of the weather, where you saw Rob do earlier there, and then it kind of cut out. So, and that's because it's a rainy day here. Even with my large dish, I get signal drops on bad weather days. So that's why I use the big dish, because if I was using just the regular standard, 3 foot, the 36-inch dish, I would be probably not locking it as well.
So
happens to me as well.
this is where look for how I look for channels is with this software Transit. It looks for every frequency that I found on CrazyScan, and then I can look for them individually. And those in reds, they are encrypted.
Yep. Oh yeah, so it says the service. Does it actually say, does it have a list of the service name, or is that like in a subdirectory, or?
It's kind of like that with folders.
Folders, yeah, because because a service would have could have like 30 channels in it, and that's what this service, services, right? So it's like 30 channels being carried on the transponder.
Yeah, you see the frequency here, the same frequency, and there are a bunch of channels.
Buddy, you got a dead cat in there or what?
It's about to finish. It found 1,010 channels.
1,010 channels on 77 West. We don't get
West,
on 70 West. We don't get those in North America. That's for sure. I think there is a few of the channels, like they're stronger transponders that we can pull in. I think they carry. Is it 70 West that has all the that subscription service, whatever it's called? I mean, here let me pull up.
I'm gonna just scan this frequency, so
yeah,
we will see how.
Yeah, here I'm just gonna bring up a. Change my window here.
So almost 20 channels per frequency.
Yeah, and that's the thing about satellite. You can fit that's what it is. You can fit like 20 channels on one transponder. Higher FEC to fit all the channels in, but so was that on TV or OSAT? I'm trying to get their satellite charts. I don't know why it's not coming up. Basic search.
Are you looking at Linksat? Because I know there's this website called Linksat that lists other.
So I'm looking at, let me bring it over here, TV ROSAT. So this will show you like the new channels that are available. So you go to their
okay.
It more focuses just on the North American channels because Linksat is in Sri Lanka or someplace like that, and so they're on a different edge of the planet. So they're not verifying things; they're just relying on people's reported feeds in North America. So 67 West has a bunch of channels here, a bunch of KU band channels, which are Vision is on. That's new, eh? Cuba's going through some tough times right now too. So
yeah, that's the public channel from Cuba.
I should do. When did this pop on? Just today, I guess. So this is all new to today. There's all these Cuban channels on 67 West KU band free to air. Interesting. I don't know if I want to move my dish over there. There's nothing that jumps out at me. There's a Brazilian AMC Films, but it's Power View. There's different Power View channels that have popped up. Fox Sports. But these are probably the South American.
We actually have a Brazilian version of this portal. It's called Portal BSD, and it lists all the satellites that we can see from our area.
Yeah, 58 West apparently has over on this transponder. Can I make this deal bigger? Control zoom. Yeah, control zoom. BBC World. I'm just gonna make that a little bigger so you guys can see it a little bit better. Is apparently in the clear now. A lot of people are always asking about BBC World News, which is not their main England BBC News, but it's like the BBC World channel. CNN News Source. They're reporting that CNN News Source is available on Galaxy 19, which will change over eventually. My problem is I haven't been able to scan those channels in.
Someone here in Brazil reported that on C-band, BBC World News is broadcasting like free to air, so it's open, it's
Yep.
unencrypted.
I think that was
Since,
C-band though too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's C-band.
Yeah, there it is. There, it's over on 58 West. How long will it stay that way? I don't know, but according to TV Eurosat's updated charts, it has it there. So there's the satellite news for, we got that C-band. As I say, I'm not able to pull it in, but I guess what I'll do with my 87 West satellite dish, well, not necessarily, because 87 West has a juicy dealio. It has, I think CBS and the CW network are on 87 West, but it's on and off. But there's like a transponder that has like a 3 WT, it's out of Texas, so it's like a CBS out of Texas that I'm able to pull in. So do a scan on 87 West and see if that comes in, maybe during prime time.
Okay, 87 West, 87. No, we can't.
Yeah, I mean, you might not be able to pick it up where you're at, but I got to load up a few things here. So I got to load up what we were talking about, and I kind of went on. So we're talking 77 West is what you're looking at, and I also wanted to look at good old 87 West, which is one of my main go-to satellites. 87, here it is. Here, open that in a new tab. So here is the one that you're talking about, 77 West Quats Sat. And
it's 70 only, 70 West.
Oh, it's 70 West, not 77 West. Okay. Yeah. I'm bad with numbers. See, it's not coming up here. It's 72, it's 67. Yeah.
I believe that's just for South America, not.
Yeah, so there's so TV Eurosat hasn't bothered reporting it. But if I look over on, that's the here we are. 87. So on C-band, there's all these wrestling feeds at different times with their BIS, but sometimes BIS works. Who knows? Anyway, it could be a Sinclair channel that has the feeds. Sinclair also has Ring of Honor that's available. KS and Brighton. CNN News Source is what I watched there. I'm not able to pull in. Maybe that's because it's too weak. This was reported in 2023 that the LPBS channels are. I'm having a hard time locking them. So I'm not sure if LPBS is still there. If anyone can verify that, say LPBS is still on 87. I know it has moved to 101 West KU band, but I'm not able to lock those 3 channels. But I don't care enough because obviously I can get PBS on the antenna. And PBS is available on 99 West as well, just for your information. So if you are aiming a dish at 87 West, the lottery feed and the Florida channel are kind of my go-tos just for trying to lock it, because I find they're good, strong transponders. So if you're trying to lock your satellite dish to pick up the news source channels, because the video codec on this thing here, the MPEG-2, it's a weird codec that is a bit buggy, where I have to load up the channel and it takes a second to load.
Yeah, from our end here, down here in South America, I guess the best satellites are 55.5 and 40.5. It has a lot of channel.
Let's see what we got on 55 West. Are they Portuguese channels for the predominantly?
From everywhere around the world,
yeah.
Like Europe, Latin America.
55, Galaxy 11. So is it all key? Yeah, right when you go out of the. So here's
that's C-band.
Yeah, looking at TV Eurosat here. If anyone wants to look at this with me, I'll drop it here in the chat here as well. There you go. There's the link to that if you wanted to have a look there yourself on your browser. So this is what I'm looking at here, and it's all of the channels with. There's RT. See, they shut down Russia Today North American version. What was on Roberts? I think that's all. Well, it's all encrypted anyway. I don't even know. I remember it was in the clear. Then there's DigiCipher, which even I think you need a DigiCipher decoder for all that. So basically, you have to like know how to run things through a server rack to be able to tune in those in. Beyond me, I'll be honest with you, and
I mean, on PC, for example, on DVB Viewer, you got those plugins to if you have if you got the card and keys, you can decrypt.
DigiCipher, even though it's DVB-S. So this is DVB-S, but there also is DigiCipher, which is a replacement modulation for DVB. That's what Shaw Direct uses. But the thing is with Shaw Direct, they do have some free and declare channels, but you pretty much, for Shaw Direct, for example, you need a Shaw Direct receiver, and you'll get the maybe one or two channels that are open and in the clear with a Shaw Direct receiver. Similar thing can happen with a Bell or a Dish Network receiver, you name it, right? You hook them up and you can get like one free channel with it if you don't have it activated.
I mean, the easiest to open with the TBS card are the PowerView. I guess it's called PowerView encryption. Those are pretty easy to open, but that's kind of in a gray area.
Yeah, we don't really want to.
Yeah.
We're not promoting that here. I'm just
Yeah.
mainly so we just promote mainly the education of satellite and what's free and in the clear is what we're going after. We're not really going after any stuff like that. So please don't ask me. You might find just an awkward silence. I don't know. It's just I'm just trying to promote what I'm trying to promote here, and I can Google I can Google some stuff for you, but I can't Google everything for you. That's what the show is. Let's have Robbie Google it for me. Yeah, and there's like antenna plug
and the other satellite that I was telling you about is 40.5.
Mm-hmm. 40.5. Is that like let me go to the chart here. 40.5. 40.5. 40.5. 40.5. Here it is here. Just give it a minute to load up there in the tab. A lot of those channels don't really mean anything to me because they're not really anything I mainly my go-to for channels is just essentially like news channels, PBS, like documentary shows, stuff like that. I'll do a check over on Rumble Studio. How is everything going? Anyone watching over on Rumble? Got like 6 viewers on Rumble, and I'm on 45. Here's 45. America's Europe. This is one of those mid-Atlantic satellites. I think 45 is one I picked up a few C-band channels off before that were in the clear. Don't know about now, though. But that's the fun of having an actuator. You can kind of scan in and see all the foreign and international programming that's available. For North American, a lot of stuff's behind a paywall, but not everything. There's some things that are premium channels, like News Nation, for example, which is a premium cable channel, but it's in the clear on satellite. They'll do that for whatever reason. Oh, you're quite welcome, Glenn. Glenry 9828. My apologies for not reading names appropriately. But what I'm looking at some of these is does it have like, see this one here has City TV, but it's Spanish, so it's obviously not the Canadian City TV. It's written like the City TV.
Yeah, they use the same name in Colombia, I guess. So that's
Oh,
why
okay,
they
yeah.
licensed in Colombia.
Oh, it's licensed in Colombia. I mean,
Yeah.
City TV is a pretty cool network. One thing I saw for, I don't know, a bit on the wrestling news is there's a new, bigger Canadian wrestling promotion, which is going to be geared toward being in Canada, which is called Maple Leaf Wrestling. There was a Maple Leaf Wrestling years and years ago in Canada, and they're kind of resurrecting that brand, which is Bill DeMott or whatever. So that's the guy doing it. He's a former, the Canadian guy. Canadian wrestling guy, and they're going to have wrestling on CHCH TV. So that's kind of exciting for, like, I don't know, I'm a fan of independent wrestling as long as it's interesting. I'm bogged down with wrestling because of WWE and AEW with 3 hours or multiple hours of wrestling a week. Oh, and somebody asked, do I think it would be worth the effort to set up a C-band dish in 2026? I am going to, quite possibly this year, I will be setting up another satellite dish. It's very possible. And I might be setting up 2 satellite dishes. But that's for me.
I personally agree with you. I think C-band is still worth it.
Oh, yeah. I will still be doing C-band satellite. I want to get a when we get moved. That's whenever that does occur. I will be setting up a C-band dish, and I want to get a 10-footer. So, but I also want to have an 8-footer so I can kind of do a comparison for you guys, and that's kind of one of my goals to do. So I really want to be able to get a little bit more property where I can be able to do that. Right now, I could have done 10 feet. I would like to do 12 just to have that a little extra dish for signal quality would be great. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not, but time will tell. Yeah, back to the motorhome thing. I'm going to see if I can show you that. Let's see if there's an image of it. Well, I'll go do a search here on images. All right, so you're on this page here anyway. So sort of to jump back to what I was talking about a little while ago is the motorhome. There's your thing set up there too. Let me just go back to this. So motorhome crank up deal. Although there is motorhomes have like these antenna crank things where you can crank up. And this one here is for a satellite. It doesn't necessarily indicate. I guess you can crank it up, but then you got to set up your your elevation angle. They have these manual ones, but I don't want, there's automatic motorized ones, but I don't want to do that. Somebody dropped out. So anyway, like when you're driving a vehicle like this motorhome, for example, where I'll check out their site. You don't want to drive with a satellite dish up. The wind's going to take that thing out pretty fast. When you hit 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious satellite dish falling down off of your motorhome.
You park somewhere and then adjust it.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of cool. Like, I don't know, but for camping, I almost want to just if I had a site, I would want to park my vehicle in the shade, just because it's summertime when you're camping, and so I don't necessarily want to be out in the sun like this vehicle is in this picture. I see some people, they do this. I don't know if that's a good picture we're looking at here. No, it wasn't. Where you just get a tripod, you set your satellite dish on that, and you can have your TV, for... This thing looks cool. Does this actually have the angles? I mean, it can't do that because you're always at a different angle. Oh, this thing is interesting. It's max view dish. It's a crank up satellite dish for this. This is something I'm looking at for. So basically something that would be on the roof of your motorhome. You know, you got your dish, you crank it up, and then you can change your position of your dish, and you manually change it there. Okay, guys, I'll drop out here just for a minute. I'm going to, I got to go to the washroom break there, and I wanted to, I'll play this video here. Where is the,
Actually have to go now.
all right, well, yeah, it was good talking to you. Yeah, I'm going to play this video, and I'll come back for a short period, and then
I'll still be here though. I'll still be here on live though.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to drop out here, and I'll play this video. All right, so here's the max view, or whatever that is.
Hello, Robbie Strike here. Today we're going to take a look at the Thor H-Spartan 4 IPTV video streamer modulator. And what this device will do is it will take a video source from HDMI or an analog video source and convert it to an IPTV streaming channel so that you can view it over the internet to a server, or you can stream it over your local area network. The H-Spartan 4 has the ability to do 4 different video channels at once, so that you can have basically make your own cable system or whatever you need to do with sending video over a network. This video is a sponsored video. Thor Broadcast has sent me this unit to review, so just for full disclosure, that they did provide me with this, generously provide me with this unit to do a review on it for this video.
Also have a good look at thorbroadcast.com for all sorts of products, video modulators, encoders, and all things video that you can find at thorbroadcast.com. If you're looking for a solution for your streaming or video distribution needs, check this site out.
I have reviewed several of Thor Broadcast products on my channel, and they also have their own YouTube channel where they've reviewed a lot of their products. So you can check those out. There'll be links in the end screen. All right, to get a better look at what the back is doing here. So I have the HDMI cable in there, and that HDMI port. You plug in 4 different HDMIs to this. So the cool thing with this is if you wanted to like stream 4 standard definition channels, you could do that. Or if you wanted to stream 4 HDMI or mix it up, you can totally do that, which is really nice. Also makes it a video capture device if you want to record the network feed. So lots of applications you can do with this when it comes to streaming. I do believe there's a version of this that just will do 1 channel if that's all you need, which makes it a lot cheaper. But if also you want to do like your own home network, you can always stack these and have basically make your own cable system out of a bunch of these if you got the money for it. So what I simply did is I edited my NMS IP to its local area address, which is 192.168. So you just simply go in here and you enter, and then it will allow you to edit it, and you edit to whatever IP address you want. I'm going to leave that at that. But definitely if you want to, you'll have to set up the IP address for it to work on the network. So that'll be one of the first things you'll want to do is just go into your, set that up. Alright, so I have the Spartan 4 humming away here. So the way I have it here is I have the 2 network ports plugged in. Encoder, set up data, IP. It's easy. I just find it's a lot easier to connect it with the net web interface. But you can navigate it with this. I have all that. I'm not going to mess with this right now because I have it all set up the way I want. But you will have to set your IP address with this. So just give it a static IP address so then you can connect it with your computer on your network. So so the green light here, which I found is interesting, that's my standard definition input, which is this satellite receiver. It's an old
no, my mic's not muted, but whatever.
Satellite receiver, which I am using. I have it hooked up to the back. And then these 2, which are not being used.
I'm having my coffee break.
Because they're not being used. You can run all 4.
I'm talking for an hour and a half. I'm ready for my coffee break. I should be ended now. I should end these streams at 12. But hey, we'll do a little chat in the Discord chat for a bit. Oh yeah, I'm not on Discord right now.
For my HD source, I just use this over-the-air Homeworks box, which is plugged into my antenna, and it's just putting out the PBS signal, just the PBS feed through the network, just as for demonstration purposes. Or I put any feed that I want, really. You can use a IP address like a 192.168. Put it in your browser and make sure it's on the same network that you have this. So if it's on your home network, this will work. So
I'll never cup of tea after.
When you type that in, it'll say this as the static IP address on the front of your receiver, and then you log in. And here we are.
Reheat that up.
Logged into the
server.
I don't think it's hot enough for
And
me.
this is where you can do a lot of editing of your device.
That's warm
So
enough.
You'll be able to see the
Guys,
unit that you
you're
have,
gonna
the firmware
behind the
version,
scenes.
model, and all that information is to encode your video. Now in this I have two video sources. I have my encode 1 and 2, or my source 1 and 2, and I don't have anything in my 3 and 4 at this time. So there you got your video encoder, which you can select. Now for HD, it's only going to give you the option of H.264, but for the standard definition, it will give you an MPEG-2, that old MPEG-2 from like the early 1990s that we still use today, a video codec, video bitrate, rate mode. You can switch it to consistent bitrate or a variable bitrate. I have it on a variable. Audio encoder, which is AC3, so if you don't have a device that can tune AC3, but most things can. Audio bitrate for good audio quality. I have it top. No, I guess you can go even higher, but I have a minimal 128 audio bitrate, which is fine. CC enable. So the nice thing that this does have that I want to point out, it does have a closed captioning. If you do have a closed captioning output that you can put into this. I haven't really seen too many devices that do that. The main profile is the high definition video. The H.264 level is 4. GOB structure is the IPB or IPPP. I'm just going to leave it on default. I leave all these settings on the PIDs all on its default. So I was just going to show you how to view the HDMI port 1 on this. So I just go here to SPTS1, which is the RTMP feed ://192.168.168.1.192 as I have here. It also has the live number. So you just go into VLC or any media player. I like to use VLC, but it will work in other media players too. And there it is, all set to go. If it's not, you just copy and paste it, or Control-A, Control-C, Control-V it into the link into there. There. And so this is my over-the-air tuner, which I have an HDMI source going into. I'm just using that. It's windowed. I'll make it small here. Make it windowed. So there it is with VLC playing in the background of they have like a Camp TV show on PBS. Anyway, so there's my signal quality for the box. You can see the movement of the video in the background. I'm just not going to show the full thing for copyright reasons. But yeah, there's the video feed. This is coming out at so here it is with the video resolution at 1080p. Now this device does not do 4K. I do believe Thor Broadcast does have 4K devices. I find the nice thing is this device will match the frame rate and resolution. So if you're putting out 720p, it will automatically detect it's 720p and put out that resolution if that's what you want. So basically, if you want to control the resolution of your output, say from 720p to 1080p, 480p, use your device, which in my case it's a HomeWorks TV tuner box. Playback this, and you can just go in the settings and change your output to that. So here's the standard definition feed, which is like a. I'll go back to VLC. Network stream. Just Control-V that in there. There. So I dropped the video bitrate down quite significantly, but it really does not look good at like 1 megabyte per second. I probably would want to bring the video bitrate up a little bit. It all depends on how you're going with your video bitrate. I think 2, it looked a little better. There we go. So if you want to use RTMP Live, it will basically create a YouTube link for YouTube or whatever website you want to go to. And then you just enter your stream key, and away you go. And you use this device instead of a computer to stream your content online.
Watch my next video where I'll be talking about the Thor modulator, a Thor video modulator that will send signal through coax cable from an HDMI source of 8 different channels.
So please hit the subscribe button for my YouTube channel and my other social media content. Also, I would like to thank my Patreons and the people who've donated through PayPal Donate with the cost of making some of these videos and buying products to review. Also, if you want to support me over on Patreon or PayPal Donate, it's a few dollars a month to help support production of my videos so that I can continue helping people with tech stuff like this. And thank you to all those out there who has supported my channel and my video work and online activity over these years by subscribing, by liking, by commenting. I really appreciate the interaction with you guys.
Sorry, I'm just watching a stream.
And unmuted. All right, I'm back and I am unmuted. I'm back.
I know.
And
I know.
I'm unmuted. Got a knack for staying muted. But yeah, I'm unmuted. I'm overtime now, man. We're getting a bonus show and plus overtime, man. How is everything going out today? No frames dropped in OBS. That's good. Yeah, so I'm overtime, but I should really wrap this up, dude. So, like, yeah, we multi-streamed today. It looks like it worked. I was on... So if you're watching on Facebook, I typically do a stream once a week. On Thursdays, typically. I've been doing them consistently because it's the time slot that actually does work for me to do it consistently. So if you enjoy a stream or you enjoy the replay, please do that. The one thing I didn't talk about, I'll wrap up with this. I meant to talk about my show last week because it did so well when I talked about Linux streaming boxes. But typically, I've always made my own Linux streaming box, which is essentially just I got lots of old computers. I hooked that up to the TV and use a browser with various plugins. And that is a great streaming box. And there's software in Linux. And there's also just using a browser, a good browser that you can hook up to your TV and be able to watch YouTube as much as you want and watch, like, you know, with your account all set up. That is my favorite Linux box, is basically Linux Mint or Ubuntu. Doesn't matter, whatever you want. I don't care. I just tell Mint because if you're a new Linux user, use Mint. It's just an easy to use OS. So thank you for watching this week. Thank you to the chat. Okay, big shout out to the chat and everyone who was a part of this stream this week. I had a blast. Doing this. Having you makes it worthwhile having this having a round. Sorry. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit better at the streaming OBS stuff. I got like some different scenes going on here. I hope I answered. I always feel bad. I'll miss somebody's question, and I feel bad for you because like I was busy answering somebody else's question. We have the streaming delay, and if I did miss you, I always feel awful after the fact if I miss that. But enjoy the chat. It is kind of awkward because I'm talking. You guys respond. But then there's that delay because when my talking takes like a few seconds to come out to you, the delay comes back for me to look at it and read it. There is that delay between it. Yeah, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me through YouTube and all my social media. I'm on X, I am on Facebook, and on all sorts of different platforms. I'm pretty easy to find. Just do a search for my name. My name is Robbie Strike, or do a search for Free Satellite TV. This stuff will come up. There's a lot of people I've been able to meet through doing these streams, which would be really cool, that share the same interest, and that's been a great thing about doing these. So, I said I'm a lot. I know I'm not live, so I can't edit all this stuff out. Thank you to Thor Broadcast for sending me the modulator, which I hope to be getting work on that. I kind of give the teaser plug of that getting worked on now. And let me know how things worked. Did it work okay on Facebook and on X and all those platforms? I think someone's in the house, which is probably someone I'm expecting to talk to and have lunch with today. So we're going to wrap up the stream today. I'll play the outro. We'll play that. I love that music, the outro. So I'm going to play that. We're going to wrap her up, and we'll talk to you guys next time. All right. I'm going to drop out here. And go to VLC. Go to... So I don't want to play that big, long video again. All right. There we are. We're off. Thank you. Even though I'm not taking calls now. It's time for me to do my spaz dance. Didn't know I was in the Terminator movie.
Gotta get to the van.
47-year-old man acting like a spaz. Woo!
All right, let's go. In we go. Woohoo! Adventure time.
Let's dance and connect to the stars! Leaps are flying high!